What would you have done though if he had said, that's just my mom?
Can't do those things and focus on anxiety at the same time.
Right. I think it's so misunderstood.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our new show, Mini Monday. This is the Fascinating Womanhood channel where we talk about everything that is feminine and helps develop long, loving, lasting romantic relationships. This is the it's the YouTube channel where we answer questions that people send in, just a quick answer. Now, keep in mind, all we have is what's in the question. We don't really know these people. Sometimes we don't know their names either. And so we're trying to answer as best we can, given the very limited information that we have.
Right.
Here's one for today. Hi. First off, I want to say how much you have helped me. Thank you. I've read yours and your mother's book, and I don't miss a YouTube video. I try really hard to live by fascinating women, and it works when I'm diligent at it. I have a question. I've been told my husband talks bad behind my back by a few people. What can I do? Now,
others.
I think she means about others, not about her.
Yeah.
Without telling him, I know it would just cause a lot of fights. I try to give him as much admiration as possible. He loves attention from women too. For instance, we were at lunch with a couple he did work for at their house, and they definitely all had a dynamic before I meet them. And the wife and my husband were making fun of her husband, saying he was not smart and forgetful. I felt horrible, but I just kept quiet and felt bad after. That is just one little thing. Is there something I can do to boost his self-esteem so he doesn't have to act like this? I'm willing to work hard. Should I try harder in a certain thing in my marriage? Thank you for the question. This is a situation where it's one of those things that I understand why she's uncomfortable with what her husband's doing, but it's one of those things where you can't overtly change him, but you can understand him and try to be a good example to him. What would you say?
I would say, why would he do something like that? Why do guys sometimes make fun of somebody else? I think sometimes, at least, it's to get attention for themselves, or maybe sometimes if you put somebody else down, you can pull yourself up. And I'm just wondering, I don't know a lot about this situation, but I'm just wondering if he kind of likes attention. And this is a way that he tries to feel better.
So what she can do is she can continue with understanding and learning these fascinating womanhood principles and make sure she's giving him what he needs from her end, which is admiration, acceptance at face value. She can't change him right this moment, but she can be a great influence on him.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you can't really change another person. I mean, you can work on yourself, you know.
But what a lot of women do is they will talk to their husband and try to get him to change, which actually makes them feel more insecure and more maybe self-protective. Right. If you point out you're doing something wrong.
Well, especially he may not be aware. A lot of times people are not aware of their motivations or why they do something. And if you point it out to them, it's a little embarrassing, and, you know, it makes them feel more vulnerable if you seem to see something that they don't see yet. So I think,
don't say anything.
Don't try to,
don't tell him.
Don't try to change him in that way. That's not going to work.
No, and I'm glad that she hasn't. She's asking what she can do. And I'd say that she's doing just the right thing. Follow these principles. What he likely needs is he's a little insecure. He needs her constant acceptance of him and belief in him, and look for opportunities to sincerely and specifically admire things about him.
It's amazing if you try to change a man. I guess maybe this is true for anybody, but if you try to change him or point out and thinking you're going to help him, I'm going to really help this guy. You know, a lot of times you get resistance. It's amazing when you accept someone as they are, but you show admiration, you show understanding of them. And in a sense, you show kind of an advanced example to them of someone who is functioning at a little better, a little higher level.
At least in that area.
It'll inspire them to be better.
Yeah.
You can inspire them to do better rather than come in and directly try to change them. It doesn't work.
And they will never know that you noticed that about
Yeah.
them in the first place.
But I think women have more relationship, maybe you could say interest, motivation, skills, more sensitive about these things. And her ability to inspire his masculinity, appreciate him for who he is, that she's with him, can really go a long way to inspiring him to want to be a better man.
Well, don't you love that she wrote this question? Because how many men would write
Oh,
that
no,
in? Would write in and say, I'm worried because I've noticed my husband does this in company, and it's a nuanced relationship issue. And
men
she
aren't
knows.
Men aren't going to write and say, my wife badmouths other people. They're
What do I
probably
do
not even
about
going to, what do I do about it? Most men aren't going to even mention it or even say anything about it because they're not necessarily aware of it.
They're not as sensitive
Yeah.
in relationship issues. So this is one of the things I love about women is that the fact that she writes this means that she's caring about all the ins and outs of their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it's part of feminine power. It's what gives women such an advantage when we understand it, to help not with our husbands, but with our families, with our friends and people. It's why we're play such an important role in civilization. We just understand these principles.
Gatekeepers of civilization. Yeah. I would just encourage her to keep, working on and developing and internalizing the fascinating womanhood for the timeless woman principles. And it's going to make a huge difference.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll have a huge impact in time.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's our answer. Thank you everyone for joining us. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.